it didn't look like, to be fair, the scoreline actually reflected the game. Is that a fair comment?
Well, I think probably may flatter them a little bit, but we weren't good enough. We scored one goal. We created some really good chances, but didn't capitalise. And I just thought we were a bit loose at the back, and we looked a little bit ragged at times. And really, to be honest, pretty disappointed with both our performance and obviously the result.
You guys never make the excuses, but you got to face facts. Some of the guys are skating out there with injuries. You've got, obviously Ben Russell out as well, and it's been a tough old start to the season, injury-wise, hasn't it?
Injury-wise, it has. It's been frustrating because I don't feel like we've played with the proper lineup. But I think Manchester could say the same thing. They had a couple of players out tonight, so they weren't at full strength. It's just the nature of the game, and we're prepared to deal with that. But I thought in a game tonight where we needed to be intense from the first face-off, I thought we weren't good enough. We talked about it before the game, and we weren't sharp enough. We weren't good enough tonight.
Can you put your finger on where the problem is? Is it lack of ice time? Is it obviously the team is still gelling to a certain extent. There are a few new guys in there as well, but they don't look like a side that can't come together, if that makes sense.
No, I think we've got the makings of a very good team. I like the personnel. I think we've got some really good players, but at the same time we've got to find ways to win games, and right now I feel like we're finding ways to lose them, which is something we've got to turn around. There's a good group. They're hurting right now. We're all pretty frustrated, so I know the guys will pull together, and we're only going to get better, but it needs to start right away.
Obviously, in a few weeks' time, we get the new rink. It's going to be up and running. That's got to help you. You're going to have local ice. You're going to have more ice time. Training time is going to be absolutely critical, isn't it?
Oh, it is. We do. We look a little bit, like I said, a little bit ragged at times, and I think what happens is quite often, after a goal, we sort of we get rocked a little bit, and we don't really have that hard system that everybody can kind of fall back to. So I think with some training, proper training, that will come. But I just want to see a good reaction of the guys over the next 2 weeks. We may be playing on the road, but we've got to start picking up some more wins.
Obviously, bad news with the result tonight. Lightning made the announcement earlier on today that Tom Carlon's going to be leaving us in the next few weeks. You've got to appreciate, obviously, the guys when they have full-time jobs out of work, and when an offer like opportunity like that comes along for Tom, obviously he's got to take it. But from a selfish point of view, it's going to be a massive loss for Lightning, isn't it?
It's a huge loss. I mean, Tom's he's such a good hockey player. He's a great lad. We'll miss him as a person first and foremost, and also as a hockey player, obviously. But we wish him all the best. And, he's been nothing but professional since he's been here. He's disappointed to be leaving us, but it's one of those life decisions where he knows he's got to take it. We know that, and we just wish him the very best, and we'll do our very best to see if we can find a player that can come in and not replace him, but bring something and add something to our team.
It is frustrating, isn't it? Because speaking to Tom last season, straight away Tom Carlon, the hockey player, would quite happily stay and finish his career out with Lightning. Tom Carlon, the professional work guy, has to take those opportunities, doesn't he?
I think a lot of fans, they do forget that all these players, they don't get paid enough to be a full-time professional. And Tom's got a great opportunity to go out to Abu Dhabi, and for both he and his family. So best of luck to him. Not to say that his hockey career is over. He doesn't know how long he's going to be out there, and maybe one day we'll see him back in the black and gold. I'd love for him to come and play for the Lightning again one day.
You got a few weeks before Tom actually leaves, and no one doubts Tom being the person he with. Like, as you say, he'll be the ultimate professional right the way through his notice period, if you like. Have you got any ideas about how you're going to go about replacing him?
Well, it's going to be tough because any good hungry hockey player right now has got a contract there with a team. So we've put a few feelers out there looking for players that maybe haven't started the season with a team. But we've also got to be a bit patient and see if something shakes out. There's always a little bit of a kind of around October, November time where a bit of trickle down, whether from the elite league or a team where perhaps players aren't working out. So we'll see what happens. But we certainly have to be ready when a player does shake loose that we can snap them up.
Brilliant. Well, Nick, thanks for talking to us. I know you're hurting. Case of picking the guys up and yourself up, isn't it? Next few games absolutely crucial. Get the team gelling and see where we go from there.
Definitely, we will.